Hello there, it's Joe's Bus Train Plan Lift Adventures here, and we're off out on our travels again. So far today we've done the 214 from Dudley to Fox Yards and the 226 from Dudley to Merry Hill. We came up here on the 17H off camera, and now we're going to be doing the 142A to Merry Hill, but obviously the Merry Hill bit on that is added from last week's 142 route, because obviously between Stourbridge and Merry Hill the 142A follows the 142 all the way to Merry Hill. So we're doing the 142A between here and Stourbridge, and so I'm going to film that all the way to Stourbridge, and obviously the Merry Hill bit will be just including the 142 which we filmed last week. And I'm actually going to get off in Stourbridge to include the 25, which I'll explain when I get down there. So I'll see you on route. Anyway guys, we are now departing from Halesowen to Merry Hill, and the first part of the journey will be in our First Street light, while the Merry Hill section will be covered in the Rosso Street light transit. So here we go. So the 142A route was introduced in 2023, replacing part of the 28, which we're going to cover right now, and also it replaced the Sunday and nighttime journeys on the 142 when they used to operate before they lost the route in 2018. And this part of the route became isolated on Sunday, meaning the only bus that came up and down here was the 4H, the Diamond one. But however, Diamond now the 4H doesn't come up and down this road anymore. So it's all changed. And of course, this part of the route dates back to the old 210 and 211 services, which was the route operated by a minibus contract. If you remembered the old Travel Merry Hill, the old Travel West Midlands minibuses, and of course the Octave Solos used to operate on the 210 and 211. Now, this section of the route we're covering first is on the 192, partially. But it follows us as far as where we turn off onto part of Highly Green. Now, I am going to be doing the 192 eventually, the Halesowen to Kidderminster. I'm probably not going to include the return journey to Halesowen, because obviously it goes the same way anyway. But I'm only doing that same the 202 back in the day with the Solos. So anyway, we're on our way, and we're on route, and there's the new Talbot. This is a very nice route, the 142A is. Of course, I think the 247 and 248 used to come up and down this line before. The old Travel West Midlands, it was the Stourbridge to Dudley and Merry Hill circulars. They were both big, massive circular routes. There's the Hare and Hounds up there. And the 28 used to come up and down this line here back in the day. So the 28 used to come up and down this line in the past. Of the old NX28. That was the Halesowen to Stourbridge through Merry Hill. Now, still a Merry Hill route, instead of going straight to Merry Hill, it goes via Stourbridge to Merry Hill. And here we go. Now following the 28, 210 and 211. I think the 210 and 211 were also circulars as well, circling the fatherless barn. And of course part of the route was part of the old 14, the older 214, not the 214 we did today to the Fox Yard. We'll actually do this. There was actually an older 214 that used to go on Farmer's Farm, but most of that is still on the 13. There's some big platforms. Bus stop. So we're now coming to the turning, so we'll be turning to the right on Hagley Road. So we're turning onto Rosemary Road now. The 192 then continues straight to go towards Kidderminster, and we'll be covering that route very soon. Instead of going directly into Halesowen, it now comes down this line of the road. So we've got a sign 142A. So 28 is to come down this line here. Then coming up here, the next upcoming right is where the 4H. I think the 4H goes up that way, up through Luckley. So we're now in Luckley. Now, so Diamond has been operating this route now for some. Now Diamond's been operating this route since 2023. So let's continue to enjoy riding the route. But obviously this route is very vital with direct competition between Halesowen, Stourbridge and Merry Hill, because obviously you've got NX that do other services from Halesowen to Stourbridge and Merry Hill, like you've got the 9 from Birmingham, and of course that goes into Stourbridge, and then of course you've got the X10 from Birmingham that goes over to Merry Hill, with certain journeys continuing up to Russell Hospital through Bromley Hill and on to Gornal Wood. That replaces part of the former 297, if you remember the 297 route that used to run to Gornal. The 297 used to run to Gornal Wood back in the day, but however that route no longer goes to Gornal. However, well, obviously that route no longer exists. There is still a 297 that exists today, but that's the bridge north to Kidderminster. So there's a 4H just gone past. So the 297, it still exists, but obviously it's now known as today's X10 up to Gornal Wood and goes by the trading estate. Now the 142 route, which Diamond's been running since 2018, was previously operated by Central buses, if you remembered Central, because they operated in a little outstation in Kidderminster, because Central buses operated from Perrybar in North Birmingham for the majority of their routes. So I'm just now ready to join on to the main 140 towards Stourbridge, but then as we get to Warnock, instead of turning left, we'll be going straight down the big hill, and then we'll cover Brook, Holloway, which I'll touch on later in the video. So here we go, just about to turn left, so just turn left and we'll be taking a right turn in a moment. So we'll be taking a right turn, which is right here onto Whitley Avenue, and we'll be we have joined up with the 17H and the 9142. Because before the 28 used to come along here along with the 142 and the 17, because obviously it was the plain 17 before it became the 17H, which NXWM created, because obviously they already had a 17 on their network, which is the Dudley to Stourbridge. But when Diamond had the Dudley 17, they took the Halesowen 17 and still kept it with the same number, 17H. So obviously that saves confusing people. To be honest, obviously when NXWM had the 17H, there was no change to the route or timetable. It was just like a different operator, and the same went with Diamond when they had the 17H back. And that dates back to the old 217, because before the 213 never went to Halesowen, so the 217 covered most of what the 13 does today. Because the 13 used to be combined, because the 13 was the 213 and was combined with the 214 and was a circular around the fatherless barn. But then the 14, and then the 214, which began the 14, just became the 14 and just went from, and instead of being a circular, it just went back and forth from Broad Hill to the fatherless barn. So anyway, there's Belvale, so we're now going up this hill here alongside the 9 and the main 142 and the 002, which is the Wheelie Castle to Merry Hill. So I've done the 002 before, and might do the 002 again, to also include the to maybe go on the 46 up to the QE, and then get and then possibly might do the 20A down to Cofton, and then join on with the 27 over to Yarley Wood. But that's in the near future, that is. So the 142A runs Monday to Saturday daytimes. There is no service on late evenings or Sundays. The 142 doesn't do the late evenings Monday to Saturday, but it does operate again on Sundays. So the 9 and the 002 continue straight on towards Colligate, and of course you do have a Sunday journey version of the 002 NXWM's X21 that runs Birmingham to Merry Hill via Wheelie Castle on Sundays only. That's quite interesting, to be honest, because that would be great if it was a full-time, but obviously Diamond is still operating the 002 Monday to Saturday daytimes, and NX still running the X21, and of course with platinum buses as well. And quite interesting, because when NX usually take over routes off Diamond, they usually use like Enviro 200s for the tendered routes, but when NXWM returned to the Chelmsley Wood to King's Stand in 96, they used Scania Omnilinks, and now they're using the little ADL Enviro 200s from Perry Bar Garage. Because obviously, not from Perry Bar, from Pensnet, because they're using the little Enviros now, because NXWM Pensnet have lost the 24, 14 and the 14A, and of course because obviously there's no little routes that Pensnet has now for the little Enviros, but they still have the bigger sized Enviros, which are the ones that do the 2A and of course the 90. 28 used to come up that slope in front of us, but obviously that has since been withdrawn since 2023. But however, you've still got the 13 that covers that part of the route, so you've still got a link with the 13 route. It's the Halesowen to Merry Hill, which is like the sister route to the 17, because they operate on different parts of the hour to coordinate the times of the 142 and the 142A. And of course you did have the so obviously here we go, so just now going on to High Park Road. So we're now at the top end of Holloway, and Chaucer House is in front of us, and that is one of the last remaining tower block of flats, because a handful of them have been demolished. That's the only one on its own, with the second one being Butterfield Court in Dudley up Eve Hill, because all the others have now been demolished. So here we go, we're en route now all the way to Stourbridge. So I'll see you when we're on Brook Holloway. Back in the days, 2018, I was always a regular on this 142 as a passenger, but I was always travelling on this route. I didn't mean like regular, I meant always a regular passenger on the route. So I used to go all over the Midlands and onto the borders. Back in 2018, I always used to get this corridor a lot. And also then connect onto Kidderminster from the 125. And also get and then sometimes get the 318 to Brook, and then change for another route. And I've been doing that for quite some time now. Well, I know I've done it quite a few times. I was always a regular passenger on this route, just before these bigger videos came into use. So we're now going down the slope here, and this is the Brook Holloway, and this section of the route was previously covered by the former 299 and 298 services, which are the Stourbridge to Pedmorefield Circular, and was operated from Diamond Kidderminster, and was worked by a Mercedes-Benz Miller Strata, and of course an Enviro 200 on a Solo. And I think a big one did make an appearance on Now and Again. And that was the former Hanson's route. Before that it was IGO, and before that it was WMSNT. I think Hanson's did it before. I know Arriva did it, Diamond did it before, and I think Pete's Travel did it, but I also know that Choice Travel Midland did it too. So here we are, just coming off the Brook Holloway, and we're now on Springfield Avenue. Now, when the 298 and 299 existed, it served Pedmore and of course Lie High Street, but obviously it doesn't anymore since the 142A took over. So the only routes that serve Lie High Street is the 7 and the 9, whilst Pedmore is served by the 7 and of course the 88, which is the Stourbridge to Norton, and of course you'd probably guess, that's right, it's also served by the 318, which is the Stourbridge to Bromsgrove, but it's not operated by Diamond, it's operated by a custom operator. So obviously when when I come to custom operators, I'll just put like service rather than saying the name of the company, because I only use certain operators with the code. Like this one is known as DIA. This is Springfield Avenue. Just come off. And now I'm going down this part of the route where bus services have not ever come across. Because I've never seen a bus service coming down here before the 142A came along. And obviously there's a church on this slope here. However, when the 142A came along, going past the garages which we've gone past, it now goes via the junction train station, which we're heading for now. And then once we've completed the Stourbridge leg, we'll just leave that final bit to be covered by the 142 section in the Rosso Street lights, because we'll be getting off in Stourbridge and we'll be getting onto the 25. But we're not going all the way to Dudley, because obviously I'm going to explain more on that when we get to Stourbridge. So we're now approaching the junction station, Stourbridge Junction, where connections is provided to the shuttle train to the town station, where we will pick it up at over at Stourbridge Interchange. It is also the connection for the main train services to Kidderminster, Worcester, Birmingham, Solihull and Stratford-upon-Avon. and there is occasion children's services to London Marylebone, where connections is then provided with the London Underground Bakerloo line. But I'm not sure if children still serve the station. And obviously, when it goes through West Ruislip, even though trains don't stop at West Ruislip, but obviously there is connections at West Ruislip with the London Underground Central line. The Bakerloo line is the only tube line that serves Marylebone Station, but if you walk further, a 5-minute walk to Baker Street, there is connection. It is also served by the Bakerloo. It's also served by the Bakerloo line, and you've also got the choices of the Circle, Hammersmith City, and Metropolitan lines, and cross-platform interchange from the Bakerloo line to the Jubilee line. The Jubilee line on the Stanmore branch was part of started as the Metropolitan line, the Metropolitan Railway, and then it became part of the Bakerloo line. And then after the Bakerloo line, it was going to be known as the Fleet line, running to Aldridge and Thamesmead, but that was defeated. The project for the Fleet line was renamed to the Jubilee as part of the Queen's Silver, to mark the Queen's Silver Jubilee, which opened later. Well, obviously the Jubilee line was to be extended to Thamesmead, but obviously one station, which was actually added on the 1999 extension, was to Stratford, and that is North Greenwich. So anyway, back to the video. We're now arriving at Stourbridge interchange, where we'll finish the video and we will just leave it for the Halesowen section on the 142A, for the Mary Hill section from the 142, because obviously the 142A follows the 142 all the way to the Mary Hill. So here we go. Welcome to Stourbridge. So we'll get out here and get into the 140 and go to the 25 east. Welcome to Stourbridge. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Giles Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures. So now reaching our destination, Stourbridge. This service will terminate here our video will terminate here, but the 142A will continue up to Mary Hill. Well then, So welcome guys to Stourbridge. Connections is provided here to Kinvath, Bridge North, even to Dudley, and further on with destinations. Welcome to Stourbridge. We are now arriving on Stourbridge. Okay, we are just now about to depart from Stourbridge, and we'll be on our way to Mary Hill now. Closing. Now we're just about to move off stands now. Well, shortly. Time is now 14:48. So now we're going to be covering the section to Mary Hill. Got a few passengers still boarding here in Stourbridge. to take. A bit rare for a Mellow to do the 24 because, well, I think one of the Tipperdale buses might have broken down, but I don't know.